Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got a ton of new leaks to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. We have legendary Pokemon updates, we have a new potential Paradox form as well. Plenty of stuff to go over today. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment what leak are you most excited about. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, the first set of leaks that we're going to be going over today is another recap from Centro Leaks, and they are posting that Serena's Queenly Majesty ability is getting a clone. So, Queenly Majesty is, I do believe, a unique ability to Serena, and it stops Pokemon from using priority moves, like speed priority moves on Serena and its allies. So, it's quite a nice ability. It stops the use of, I don't know, like Aqua Jet and stuff like that, and Mach Punch, whatever. And basically, the ability is getting a clone. So I don't know if this cloned ability is going to be able to be used by like a ton of other Pokemon, or it's just going to be unique for another Pokemon or not. But either way, Queenly Majesty is getting a clone. A new Pokemon is getting a new ability with the same effect. So again, I'm not sure if it's just a new unique ability to this new Pokemon, or it's going to be available to like a ton of other Pokemon, and this Pokemon is just one of them getting that new ability. But either way, there is going to be a new copy of Queenly Majesty. I don't really see the point. I don't know why they don't just give Queenly Majesty to like the new Pokemon. I don't know why they're making a new ability with the exact same kind of effect. Doesn't really make sense to me, but either way, apparently they are, and it's a new ability, the same effect. Next up, Giraffrig's evolution name is still a palindrome. Obviously, we went over this previously. Farigiraf is apparently the name that's going to be given to it, but as well as that, Farigiraf's ability is called Ruminant or Ruminant. So again, we're not sure what this does, but Ruminant is a new ability that probably has something to do with berries. The exact English translation may be different. So Ruminant, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I guess it's Ruminant. That's, I guess, the pronunciation of it, Ruminant. An even-toed ungulate mammal that chews the cud regurgitated from its rumen. That doesn't sound great. The ruminants comprise the cattle, sheep, antelopes, deer, giraffes, and their relatives. Which I guess makes a tiny bit of sense, because obviously Giraffrig is a giraffe, so it makes sense. Also a reminder that the starter evolutions don't have any new abilities. So obviously we knew that from before, but either way, this new Ruminant ability, again, I don't know if it's called that or it's going to be, like it says the exact English translation may be different, so it could be something similar to that, but that's apparently one of the abilities that the Giraffrig evolution is going to get, and apparently Giraffrig's evolution is going to be called Farigiraf or something like that. But that's the ability of it. Next up, we have another leak from Panda saying Quick Guard will be an ability. So Quick Guard will be an ability. Basically, Quick Guard is a move, and now it's going to be an ability. So that's kind of cool. Again, we are going to be expecting a lot of new abilities and new moves in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We made a video earlier this week going over all of the new, kind of like the total new moves and abilities, and it was like quite a handful. And so we already know 2 now, well 3 actually. One of the abilities is going to be the new Queen Majesty ability, another one is going to be the Ruminant ability, and then another one is going to be the new Quick Guard ability. So that's 3 new abilities right there and then. Again, it's probably only going to be given to new Pokemon, because it's quite difficult to give new abilities to old Pokemon, because obviously like the competitiveness and stuff of them. I guess if you can do it with types, you can probably do it with abilities, but either way, we'll have to see what happens with that. Starters already have an existing hidden ability as well. So apparently this busted ability for Sprigatito already exists, which is why I think it's probably going to be like protein or something like that. But either way, this person says it already exists with Queenly Majesty and Dazzling though. They could just be making the idea of the ability more accessible to Pokemon that aren't feminine inspired. So I think this Quick Guard ability is actually related to this Queen Majesty ability, because again, it already exists. So yeah, I think this is just, I think this ability and this ability is the same new ability. But either way, that's that leak. The next one we're going to go over is this. It's also another leak about the new Giraffrig evolution. And again, this is what it looks like. Like, this is obviously fan art, but we know this is what it looks like because we saw a leaked image of it. But either way, Kakar is saying that he likes one of Giraffrig's evolution's abilities, but it's not Ruminant. It's another ability. So I don't know if Giraffrig's evolution is getting 2 new abilities. But Kaka is saying, you know, he likes one of Giraffrig's evolution abilities. It's not Ruminant, which of course is a new ability. It's a different ability to that. So I'm guessing Giraffe, with the amount of new abilities we're getting, it wouldn't be crazy to assume that a couple of Pokemon are just going to get 2 brand new abilities and potentially even a new hidden ability as well. But either way, Giraffrig's evolution is getting Ruminant, and then also another ability which apparently is going to be quite good, or at least Kaka likes this new ability. So that's quite interesting. So that's all of the evolution stuff about Giraffrig, all the kind of abilities and moves and what have you. Next up, we're going to be moving on to the new potential Paradox form. So Magneton is apparently going to be like the last Paradox form that we don't really know too much about. It's kind of like we got the hint that it was going to be Mag, and then that was kind of it. A lot of us put 2 and 2 together and thought it was going to be like Magnezone or Magneton or Magnemite. It seems that it's going to be Magneton, and this is another tweet from Panda saying, at Magneton's Paradox, the vines in his body will really grow a lot. So we all know that like Paradox forms have two typings, they're dual type, and the thing about Magneton is, you know, is Steel Electric. So does that mean that it's going to lose the Steel typing or it's Electric typing? Because we know that it keeps like one of the typings. Now, because it's described as the vines in its body will really grow a lot, I feel like that means that it's going to be a grass type, as in like tree vines. And so potentially this Magneton Paradox form could be Grass Steel or Grass Electric, in my personal opinion. Just simply because we know they're dual types, it keeps one of the typings, and the way that it's described with the vines, you know, the vines in his body will really grow a lot. So maybe instead of like these magnets or these screws, maybe they become like vines or something like this. This is a cool kind of idea about it. It reminds me of this Grass Steel variant in the fan game Pokemon Infinity. So yeah, potentially it could look something like that. I'm guessing it's the screws though that's going to turn into the vines, because we always also have this post from Riddler Q saying, imagine its new function growing on body. So again, this is probably relating to the screw on top of Magneton's head. And so it's, you know, he's saying imagine its new function growing on body. So the new function would obviously be the vines. And then we also have this post from Soul Silverheart saying, based on Q's tweet, I believe this is about Paradox Mag. Maybe its screws turn into long antennae that it can register frequencies with. Maybe they grow into legs to walk with. Maybe its body becomes covered in screws. Or, you know, maybe something closer to what Q retweeted. And of course, Q retweeted this, saying Paradox Magneton with a screw. So the fact that Q retweeted that basically means that it is going to be a Paradox Magneton. So that's kind of like the last Paradox form that we now know about, that again we weren't really too sure about. We're not 100% sure on the typing. Like, it's going to be Steel something or Electric something, and it's potentially going to be Grass because of the vines. Like, I don't know what else it would be apart, like vines. It has to be Grass, like, surely. So yeah, Magneton Paradox form, Grass Steel, Grass Electric, one of those two. And yeah, the screws are probably going to turn into some sort of like vines or something like that, which I'm quite intrigued about. We have people here saying it'd be kind of cool if it grew a bunch of screw legs and walks around like a spider. That would be kind of cool, to be fair. But either way, that's kind of the information on the new Paradox form. Magneton, yeah. I'm not sure why we think it is Magneton, apart from the fact that, like, obviously, you know, Q's retweeted this. And this is, remember, Panda is just relaying what Kaka has said. You know, this Panda is not a leaker. He's just reposting what Kaka has said. Because Kaka, what happened was he didn't stop leaking, but he's only leaking a certain bit of information to like the public, and then he's also leaking a certain bit of information to like a close circle of friends, and then some people in that close circle of friends are now leaking that information. So yeah, that's why it's kind of like all over the place. So either way, Magneton, it looks to be the case that is getting a Paradox form. Anyway, last but not least, we also have this information as well from Panda saying we will have 2 Karyden on Scarlet and 2 Miraidon on Violet. So basically, when we're playing through Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we're going to get the legendary at the start of the game, either Karyden if you're in Pokemon Scarlet or Miraidon if you're in Pokemon Violet, and that's going to be what we use to kind of travel around Paldea. But apparently we also have another one. And it's going to be a very much similar situation to Lunala and Solgaleo in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, because obviously we get 2 copies of the legendaries in those games. Now, the only reason I can see this being a thing is simply just to trade them and to complete the Pokedex. Because we're obviously going to get one legendary that we're not going to be able to trade, because that's what we use to like surf around, climb around, run around, jump around, whatever. But if we got another, and we're obviously going to be able to use that in battle once we like beat the game and stuff. But the fact that we get another one, like, it has to be like a Lunala Solgaleo situation where you can just trade it to complete the Pokedex, because obviously if there's only one Karyden, we're not going to be able to trade it because we have to traverse Paldea on it. So we have to somehow be able to get Miraidon, and yeah, so that is the way that I think it's going to set up. Like, that's the only, like, it has to be, like, there's no other reason to get to, like, so, because otherwise you won't be able to trade them and you won't be able to complete the Pokedex. So yeah, it's cool to know that we are going to get 2 Karyden and 2 Miraidon. Again, I don't know if they're going to be like the exact same Pokemon and they're going to have like the exact same moves and stats or whatever. I don't know if the one that we ride around is going to be more powerful, etc. No idea. But either way, we are going to get 2 copies of either Karyden or Miraidon. And again, it's going to be for trading. You know, why 2, you will find out. Does this have to do with the story plot or literally 2 Dragon Fighting and Dragon Electric in each corresponding game? It is always connected to the plot that we will receive 2 legendary covers, a bit like Solgaleo and Lunala. So yeah, again, it has to be for, like, I don't know what else it could be. Like, it has to be for the Pokedex, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to get the other one, because one of them we're not going to be able to trade because we literally need it to go around Paldea. But anyway, that's going to be everything for today's video. All the latest leaks for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's a ton more to go over as well. There's going to be a lot of leak videos coming out this week. But either way, if you're excited for them, you know, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on everything we've covered today? What are your thoughts on the new abilities? And also, what are your thoughts on the potential Paradox Magneton? And then also, what are your thoughts on the 2? Like, I don't know what else it can be. It has to be for trading, but what else it could be, let me know. Also, what do you think the typing of Paradox Magneton is going to be? I'm thinking it's going to be Grass Steel. Or, well, I mean, actually, Grass Electric, to be fair, potentially could be. Either way, though, that's going to be everything. I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.